podcast. This us talking to the block, to the moms, to the homies lost, to the ones fighting demons in silence, to the kings and queens that forgot their crown. We four brothers coming straight from mud, hitting the web not for clout but for purse bills. We the night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, hell first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the night time, tune in, feel the vibe. We 4 deep like corners on the block, mics hot in the lab, cooking truth non-stop, no gimmicks. This ain't clickbait chatter, this heartbeat, struggling soul, blacker than batter. Got fam trying to heal, broke bills on the table. Talk health, mental wealth, if we able, we enable. From the hood to the web, we built this escape. Tired of seeing kings trapped in a lowercase fake. Click clack on the keys, we ain't just pie, we preach it. Street slang, health hacks, real talk preaching. See the system rigged, trying to cage our minds, but we cracking the code like it's Columbine. I'm the brother with the blueprint, knowledge in my stash. Turn trauma to armor, pain into cash. 1 mic, 4 voices, no filters, no mask. We ain't just streaming, we building that path. We the night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, health first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the nighttime, tune in, feel the vibe.
Oh yeah, 4 mics, 1 mission. Nighttime, nighttime.
I seen young blood.
What's up, fellas? What's going on, crew? How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody
What's up,
doing?
big bro?
All right,
How y'all
man.
feeling? How y'all feeling?
Hey, man,
Wonderful.
feeling good, man. Feeling
Thankful.
with both hands.
With both hands. What's up, Margaret Nick? Welcome back, Margaret Nick. Another one stunner in the house.
No doubt, always love.
What's going on, Mr. Dick? How you doing? Hey, guys, look, man.
Place to be. Peace and love.
Y'all ain't Collins, how you doing? Look, another exciting show this week. Another exciting show for them, Arden. And remember, this is
Yes,
the Night
sir.
Brothers show where your opinion matters. So we welcome your comments and your questions. We always like the feedback from our audience. From Angela Dupree, how you doing, Angela? Good to see
What's
your
up,
face. Face. Angela, a big-time Commanders fan, so I know she's feeling herself right now.
Congratulations.
should be.
Congratulations.
Great
Feeling
game.
herself right now. Yeah. But listen,
Yes,
man,
indeed.
we ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. As we go through the process here tonight, we have an incredible guest, and we're just gonna chop it up, Ard. We're gonna chop it up, Kenny. We got a guest
Absolutely,
tonight,
big
and
bro.
that's pretty good. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Oh
the
man,
vibe.
we're ready to vibe.
Oh
Kenny,
boy.
And I just want to land and
Come on.
say, getting no shade, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
This is my joint.
And pontificate
Hey, this
on
is
life.
the song that Kenny sung, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. Kenny
Yes.
sung this live in the studio. One
We
thing.
vibing
Yes.
under the city lights. Wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing.
Okay.
Laying on black sand beaches. Thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing
I got to put my
under the
clothes.
city lights. Wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, we definitely vibing tonight, as always. Welcome, Cheryl Beans, to the show. How you doing, Cheryl? In the building.
Face gonna have that glow. Already moving where they ain't think I go. Never show your hair no fold. Keep that poker face shining. Keep
So
that
what's the
hope
vibe, my brother? What's the vibe?
Oh, the vibe tonight, man. We have a Mimi Lee. First of all, let me welcome my girl Mimi Lee to the show. How you doing, Mimi? How you doing?
What's up, Mimi?
Listen, we're gonna be vibing tonight, man. We're gonna be vibing in a very special way because tonight there's gonna be really one segment, and one segment is gonna be more than enough. As tonight we're gonna have our special guest, Dr. Ian Edwards, and he's gonna unlock some secrets to you guys to lasting health and energy. Man, we all want better health. We all want to live more energetic lives. because it helps the quality of your life. So some of the things we're going to talk about tonight will lead directly to that. If you look at that photo right there, look at that photo. I want you guys to look at that photo on the screen. And I want you to see what this brother did to transform his body. And the same way he transformed his body, we can transform ours. I'm a witness. I'm queries in my hand. All right? So we're going to talk about that tonight. And we hope that you have some questions on what we can do and what you can do to make some changes in your life. Lanny, back to you, brother.
Welcome back, everybody, to another informational Night Brothers show, YouTube, Tuesday nights, 8:05 p.m. First and foremost, I have to keep us moving. Guys, we are not doctors or physicians. We are not providing any medical advice. This info is for educational purposes only. That goes for not only us, but any guests we may have that are discussing health issues. If you have a healthy condition, if you think you have a health condition, if you think you don't have a health condition, before attempting anything you see or hear on this show or any other kind of physical activity that you haven't done, please consult with your physician first. Let him know what's going on and keep you popping. Back to you, Lenny.
On tonight's episode of the Night Brothers podcast, we're sitting down with someone who knows what it takes to build a healthy lifestyle and make it last. Dr. Ian A. Edwards has always been active, from high school sports to serving in the military to staying committed to fitness even today. But in 2008, when he and his wife joined LA Fitness, everything changed. That's when Dr. Edwards discovered the real key to long-term health and results: nutrition and fueling the body the right way. He quickly learned that it's not just about lifting weights or running miles, it's about what you put on your plate and how you fuel your body to stay energized, focused, and strong. And tonight, we're diving deep into his nutrition playbook. We'll find out, what does a typical day of eating look like for him? Does he stick to a set plan or mix things up? Does he ever allow himself those guilty pleasures, or is it strict discipline all the way? And here's the big one. How does he make sure his meals keep him energized rather than sluggish, ready to take on the day instead of feeling drained? Dr. Edwards will also share the supplements and vitamins he's found most helpful for energy, recovery, and overall health. And the best part, he's going to explain how anyone can get started slowly and make small changes that over days, weeks, and months add up to a healthier lifestyle. But that's not all, because true health isn't only about nutrition. Rest and recovery matter just as much. Dr. Edwards knows the value of a consistent sleep routine and how good rest transforms both physical performance and mental clarity. And of course, we'll talk workouts. Whether it's resistance training, cardio, or a mix of both, Dr. Edwards has built a weekly schedule that keeps him consistent without burning out. Finally, he'll reveal his best piece of advice for anyone just beginning their own health journey, wisdom you won't want to miss. So if you're ready to get inspired, take notes, and start thinking about how to fuel your body for better health, you're in the right place. This is the Night Brothers podcast, and tonight we welcome a man who walks the walk, lives the lifestyle, and is here to share it with all of us, Dr. Ian A. Edwards.
All right. Hey, brother, welcome to the show, man.
Great to have you back again. Yes.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Good to have you here, brother. Good to have you here, man.
Good to be seen and not
yeah. I understand you've been a little bit under the weather. I hope you're feeling good tonight, so we can tap into your vast wealth of knowledge, man, and help not only ourselves out, but our audience out as well. As you share with our audience some of the things that you found have been helpful in changing things over for you. So with that being said, let's get this ball rolling.
No doubt. Okay, let's get it cranking. Kenny, I think Kenny's starting it off. Go ahead, Kenny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, Dr. Edwards, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you. Good to see you again. before I get into my first question, well, it is a part of my first question. You served in the military. What branch?
Air Force.
Air Force? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm an Army brat. It's all good.
Okay.
But,
I was in the Air Force, so I'm with you, bro. Shoot, it's all love.
yeah, my bad. You've been active since high school and, of course, in the military. How did these early experiences shape your overall approach to health and fitness? Let's start with high school, but that's a topic that gets skipped over a lot. You started at a young age.
I mean, I'm a pretty athletic individual. I was actually mostly in the arts. I've been a musician most of my life, but I was active. But I think that because a lot of the things that we went through growing up, I think the art in sports became the outlet. I don't even think the focus was more so about being in shape or being healthy. It was an outlet. It was something that I could do, so I did it and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, speaking on that, as it being an outlet, what triggers you? Like, you could be going through something, you're having a bad day, and you really didn't feel like going to the gym that day, but I'm going to the gym. What are some of maybe you're just having a bad day, you just go when you don't want to go?
You do, because to me, the gym can teach you a lot of different things about how you handle life in general, right? You feel bad, you feel a certain way, I bet you're going to get up and go to work because you got to make that money. You ain't gonna skip that. I don't care how bad you feel. Your marriages are going to be great all the time, but every day you gonna give up on your marriage, or you just gonna find a way to hang in there. So the gym helps you build up a discipline if you're willing to push past that mindset of frustration, or I don't feel like it. You get to a point where it's not about motivation, it's not about feelings or emotion. It's just a discipline. It says, you know what? Even if I go tired, even if I go cussing and fussing, a bad workout will still get you strong. You see what I'm saying?
Amen,
Yes, sir.
A bad workout is still a workout, and usually by the time you end the workout, you're going to be glad that you did it.
Glad that you did it.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. I answered that question for a personal reason. That's a great answer. What inspired you to go to the gym regularly in 2008? And how did joining LA Fitness with your wife influence your exercise routine? I'm pretty sure y'all do things together. Y'all have your little personal challenges or whatever. How does that work? Tell us a little bit about that.
Man, what's crazy was we were starting our service for the first church I started was 2009. And in 2008, for whatever reason, I just had a thought that I wanted to be balanced up front starting the church. Balanced as it relates to my family comes first, not the church. Balanced as it relates to I want my health to come first, not the church. Because these are the opposite of things we've all seen growing up, right? Pastors put their health and their families behind the church. So me and my wife weren't so much gym rats, but we decided we were going to join LA Fitness. They had a kids club for the kids, and we started working out together. And though I don't look the way you all see me look like the last few years, people know that when I pastored and worked, they would always see us at the gym, always see us at the gym. It was something that I felt like I had to do for my physical health, emotional health, mental health, and just setting an example that I wanted to be that husband, that dad, that pastor that looked a little different than what we saw growing up.
Amen, brother. Amen. Great answer. Big brother, I think you next, big bro.
Yes, sir. That's some great stuff there, bro. That's some great stuff there. I like the last tidbit you said that.
Yes.
You wanted to look a little different from what we see from some traditional pastors. And now we're not going to paint with a broad brush, but sometimes you're right. Pastors are so caught up in what they have to do with caring for their flock that they put themselves last. And that can reflect poorly on their health at times. So I love that thought process that you had at the time. That was great stuff there.
I want to welcome Andre Dillard to the show as he's checking in tonight.
What's going on, my brother Andre? How you doing, brother? Hey, let
What
me
up?
understand you had a visitor over the weekend too. Not to interject. I understand you had a little visitor to rehearsal the other day, man.
Oh, yeah,
Brother
Andre came over to check me out playing the bass, but we'll talk about that later. We got Dr. Edwards on, so I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Dr. Edwards, as we transition, you know, and I want to preface this question by saying one of the mantras I live by, and it just works for me. It may not work for everybody, but I always put nutrition first. Nutrition, then exercise for me. That's, you know, and my thing is 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, 100% healthy. But
True.
I want to drill down with you. They say that nutrition is the foundation of fitness. You know, in other words, that's where we begin. That's what holds us. That's our boulder, more or less. They said that nutrition is the bedrock. First of all, how do you feel about it? Just give us your comments on that part of the question. First of all.
Well, I mean, it's true. It's so true that anytime somebody sees me or sees a picture of me and either jumps in my DM or sees me and asks me, how can I get like that? Give me a workout plan. I always stop them and I say, if you get the food right, you'll be on your way.
Bam! Bam! I mean, you preaching to the choir here, brother. Preaching to the choir.
That's my first answer. I'm like, if you get the food right, you'll be on your way.
Yes. See, that's the part that most people don't take into account. And we say it time and time again, no amount of exercise can defeat poor nutrition. Just can't do it. Can't do it.
No.
So with that being said, it kind of leads into the second part of the question. Explain how important that nutrition is to your daily regimen. Just explain how important that is to you.
So people always want to jump to training and the cardio and all this type of stuff. But you got to think of your body as an internal environment that you want to be able to withstand infections and diseases and stress. Well, the only way to combat that is through your nutrition. So you got good nutrition to give you a certain amount of energy, to keep your hormones in check, right? You want to make sure that your digestion is going well, right? You want to make sure that you're able to prepare muscle that you break down in the gym. So nutrition, you know, again, really pads your internal environment and makes it strengthen and gives it the ability to do what it needs to do to change your body. So for me, so you think of it this way, nutrition, if you're doing it right, will shrink your body, weights will form your body, right?
That's a
I love that.
I haven't heard that before. I like that.
People think the weights are going to give them the look. It will, but you need the nutrition underneath of it to do it. So for somebody like me, if someone wanted to have a particular look, my typical day is like egg whites in the morning with an egg and like some oatmeal and some berries, right? Something green. And then my next 3 meals are almost always the same. It's like somewhere between 4 to 6 ounces of some type of really lean protein, some vegetables, and some carbohydrates. And then I normally do maybe like a protein shake for another meal. But all my meals look the same. They're clean. They're free of extra sugars, grease, all of that stuff.
So I want you to expound upon that a little bit, if you could. Like I said, this is a health-based show, and one of the things we preach is intermittent fasting. But one thing we always say that there's more than one way to skin a cat to get the results that you need. And rather than intermittent fasting, you adopted a principle of eating like 5 or 6 small meals a day. Correct? Is that correct?
Right. Because think about it. So the reason why people's blood sugars are going up and down, their energy levels are going up and down, their digestion is overloaded because they eat these 3 big horse meals a day.
Yes.
Rather than eating 3 meals a day, why not eat 4 to 6 smaller, healthier meals a day every 2 hours or so? This is going to cut down on snacking. This is going to make sure you absorb well. This is going to keep you energized. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to help you with that fat loss and things like that, because you know exactly what you're eating, what time you're eating. I don't intermittent fast. I don't do anything like that. I just make sure I eat my meals throughout the day.
One last question before I move on to the next section. So, talk about preparation of meals. I know you do some planning and stuff, but how are your meals made? Like you have in your proteins, what are you grilling your proteins? Are you baking your proteins? Do you have fried foods? About that, we want people to know exactly. If you could break it down a little bit, what you're consuming, so they have a better idea. Okay.
Good question.
Yeah, so number one, I'm a huge air fryer fan.
All right.
The air fryer was in the Garden of Eden, and God just pushed it forward. Because that's the most amazing thing ever. Most of my food is cooked in it between the air fryer and the oven. I don't do fried foods, but from a protein perspective, people want lean cuts of meat. Like instead of buying 85 ground beef, buy 93% lean or 97. Get it real lean. Same for ground turkey. If you're gonna eat chicken, don't do too many thighs and legs. Go chicken breasts. If you're gonna eat fish, eat a piece of salmon a day. But if you're gonna eat a couple pieces of fish, try white fish like a cod or something, because you want lean food. When you're going to carbohydrates, a good white rice, a potato to give you some complex carbohydrates. When I'm preparing these meals, simple. I'm gonna say this before you go to the next question. If meal prep is too daunting of a task, people aren't going to want to do it. So I say that to say, my sweet potatoes, I buy them in a bag already diced. All my vegetables are frozen. So really, I'm throwing stuff between the microwave and the air fryer, cooking the meats, and within an hour it's done. Like my meal prep, I'm not cutting anything, dicing anything, doing anything elaborate to it. It's very quick, very easy, very efficient.
That's awesome, man, because that's a hindrance for some people. They just feel like they don't have time to prepare meals like that. So I'm glad you made that known, that you take some shortcuts that still get the job done. Yeah.
They sat and watched that Redskins game yesterday. They could have had 3 meal prep sessions. When people say they don't have time, the food is while you watching the game. They could have did 3 meal prep.
Exactly. So great.
All right, now while I stopped the screen, I couldn't even talk. I stopped the screen because you talk about meal preps. What is this picture of? Could you explain this picture to the people right here?
So this looks like a meal prep last year. So as you all know, I had the thyroid cancer, had my thyroid out. So I was on a different diet to help keep me lean and regulate my hormones. So it was 3 meals a day and 2 snacks. My breakfast is the eggs you see with the spinach. I got snack, which is some berries and a nut pack. The second meal you see is chicken and rice or quinoa. And I got another nut pack and some berries. And the third meal you see is ground beef and mixed vegetables. And that's what I ate.
Let me ask you this, because I'm like intrigued by this portion of how you do this. I've never done this before. Actually, like make my meals, and because there's 5 trays. So these are for 5 days, breakfast, lunch, dinner, I guess, the way they're lined up.
Yep.
Is that what you're setting up right here?
Right. That's 5 days of eating for me right there.
Wow. So this also helps with portion control so that you don't overconsume. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yep. People are over-consuming. Number one, if you're not eating in a proper ratio of proteins, carbs, fiber, most of us eat way too many carbs. So our sugar spikes were not fulfilled, and we get hungry again, and guess what we do? Eat another meal of more carbohydrates. So here's what we do. We got donuts at the job. You ate 2 donuts, and you thought you were going to be good. You go to the snack machine and get what? Chips. Then you go downstairs for lunch and get pizza or a sandwich. Now, by this time, you probably had a nickel's worth of protein with a whole planet's worth of carbohydrates and fats. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I like how you break it down.
But I say that to say people are overeating the wrong thing, and they're wondering why they feel less energized and always hungry. So if you meal prep your food and eat in proper ratios, it teaches you portion control. Your digestion feels better. Inflammation goes down, right? Testosterone, metabolism, everything is better when you do it this way. And let's be honest, you look better and feel better.
Come on, brother.
That's true. I can second that. I have a question from a listener, one of our viewers, good friend of ours, Amar Wallace from Legends of the Past and Future Show. He asks, what do you think about eating organically? So organic foods, I guess, is his.
Yeah. Here's what I think. And maybe I'm a skeptic. I almost feel like in the U.S. we don't have real organic food.
Bang.
I actually think they be throwing that label on the stuff that we're already eating. I would say any organic food is probably not in the U.S. It's probably when I go to other countries to eat. And I always feel like my digestion is better, going to the bathroom is better. But I feel like whether I buy organic or not here, I don't feel any different. That's the thing.
So following up off of that, because Arden, let me see if I got your volume. I got your volume. Arden,
No, it's good. I was just talking.
But following up on that, on the organic piece, would you say, because Arden, the brother right here in the middle with the Ravens hat on, he repping the Ravens. He always told me, when I was like much heavier than I am now, man, just eat real food. If you can't do nothing else, eat real food. And not junk food. Can you expand on that in any force, Doc?
Bro, he's all right. When I go to the grocery store and look for food, I don't think there's anything in my fridge that says organic. He's exactly right. If you're not eating organic, the best thing you can do is eat real food. And when he says real food, not processed, one ingredient food. When I buy yams, it just says yams on the back. Chicken say rice. You know what I'm saying? Say rice. Nothing I have upstairs that I'm eating has 2, 3, 4, and 5 ingredients. There's no preservatives, no additives. You'll be surprised how all of that adds up and contributes to inflammation and weight gain and things like that.
Yes.
All right, you want to jump in there on that?
No, he hit it out the park. But the bottom line is that is the problem with the sad diet that we eat now, and that's the standard American diet. It's sad.
Yep.
He articulated just how you lay out a breakfast. Mostly breakfast is starch. Mostly lunch is starch, and you done by dinner. You know what I mean? And then most of dinner is starch. It's just what it is. But starch and sugar. Let me say, can't forget sugar. But
right.
The big thing is I'm glad you're in front of people and you're speaking to people and you have a congregation of your own, because historically, I would say a lot of people didn't know, because they just kind of did what they did. They grew up in the church. They had fried chicken afterwards and fried fish afterwards, and not to even. And you know exactly what the oil is doing, because I specifically heard you say you omit oil in your diet, because that's a crash and burn situation in our community, because we like everything fried. But so I'm just saluting you, one, for your position and your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the human body to be able to articulate that to our community, because you're talking to the leaders in our community. So I just appreciate that so much. You know what I mean? And I gotta salute you on that note. But I'm gonna jump into my question. Talk about how you fuel your body, and how do you feel? How do you measure how you feel day to day? Because I'm gonna kind of change this, because you did already articulate how you fuel it. But sometimes, like where you are in your training process right now, closing out or closing in on working out. What's the difference between your diet to prepare to compete and your normal diet?
Okay, so I'm about 3.5 weeks out from a competition. So my diet is what you call in a calorie deficit, which for anybody watching, that's everybody that they want to lose weight and body fat. You have to calculate how many calories you need to stay the exact way you are. And then you want to subtract from that. I normally tell people subtract 300 to 500 calories away from that so you can start losing weight. So I'm in what you call a calorie deficit right now. But when I'm not working towards a show, I normally stay at what you call maintenance calories. The calories I need for my body to just stay exactly where it is, right?
Okay.
But if I want to create a deficit for myself, rather than decrease my food, I just do more activity, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A deficit is a deficit. So I want the food, so I stay the same. So I went to the gym this morning and did weights. I'll go back in the evening time and do hit cardio, So I'm still in a slight deficit, but not from food. Yeah.
Yes.
Yup.
I got you. That's a good way to put it. So check this out. Everybody's working hard now. Do you have a guilty pleasure? One, or they saying a cheat meal. I'll say a reward meal since you work so hard, one day a week, do you have a day or meal or whatever else, where you got a little wiggle room. Explain why and definitely explain why not. And I'm sure time, in situations like this, they ain't no cheat. But
Right. No cheating now, but when I'm not in prep, if anybody sees me, I'm still pretty much in shape. Like I'm probably 20 pounds above my stage weight, and some of that I lost was water. So I'm still pretty lean guy. But I don't do cheat days. I don't even do a whole cheat meal because I love eating clean, but I like a cheat thing. So I may eat clean all day and be like, I'm gonna eat the pie and the ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Or I might have, right. I just want a thing just to be able to have it. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's good psychologically because for those that may not be completing but want to be on a meal plan, you want something sustainable. So by allowing yourself that treat, it allows you to have it and go back and say, but I want to get back on my, meal plan. I want to keep going. And if you ever get to a point where like your fat stalls or your weight loss stalls, sometimes you need that meal to like jumpstart your metabolism, right? Because your body's like a memory. Oh, you keep doing this. So you eat that pie and ice cream. Now you rev back up and your fat loss starts again. So that's like how I like to do it. But it could be ice cream and pie, you know what I'm saying? A piece of pizza, burger, just something simple.
Right.
Can I throw a follow-up?
Just one of those things.
Arden, can I throw a follow-up in?
Yes, sir. Please do.
Because when this question, doctor, is for somebody like that's maybe starting out or new to a diet or the first couple months in or whatever, because you're seasoned, you can handle a cheat meal and you know how to deal with a cheat meal and cut it right back on or cut the cheat stuff out. For somebody that's new, that could easily trigger them to go overboard. What would you to continue doing? Say, I had a cheat meal yesterday, nothing happened. I can have no one today. You know what I mean? What do you do, or what could you say to that person to advise them how to control that? Let me say.
I mean, one of the questions I would want to know is really how important is their health or their fitness goal? And the reason why that's an important question, if your health or fitness goal was nothing more than I want to get in shape for my birthday or get in shape for a trip, you're going to be the person that keeps taking those liberties. If you're somebody that feels like, no, this is a lifetime, I got to be in the best health of my life, that goal is a little different. You're going to realize I can't keep having cheat meals over and over again because I'm not stopping on my birthday. I'm not stopping for a special occasion. I want to be healthy for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I would challenge them on whatever their goal is. And then the other thing is I would get them to like get with a community of people. That's what I love about the gym and these communities, because they'll kind of help keep you accountable on your fitness and your eating.
Yes, indeed. And that's what we strive to do, Doc, is to create a community where people can go through the changes that they have and continue to come back and next week get recharged, revitalized. Because the other side of that is that some of it, it's all willpower, let me say that. But when you start talking about food and the complexity of food nowadays, you're really talking chemicals. You're talking chemical dependencies, because a lot of those corporations have set up those additives and all of those colors and everything else. They do that purpose, but they're also extremely addictive.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they say once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely more than just an additive there. It's an additive, and it can, create some chemicals in your body when you continue to eat. Especially with, you're talking about the corn syrup. It turns off certain senses in your body where you continue to eat. So it's really important to know that you need to cut that off, and that you're gonna have some withdrawal, really. And some of those symptoms you're gonna feel are withdrawal. But Q, what were you thinking?
Yes, I was going back to what you were saying about, how that new person, someone who's inexperienced, and how a cheat meal can trigger them. And Dr. Ian, I just want to run this by you, because one of the things I think that is powerful is that you said mentally and thought process is that person who's trying to set that goal for themselves, they have to have this thought right here. Their why they're trying to accomplish and what they're trying to accomplish has to be bigger than that meal to help them overcome going back, or backsliding, you might say. Back.
And to your point, and this is even for that beginning person. Last year, when I found out that I had the cancer, or before I had the surgery, about 4 weeks before the surgery, I had my last drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I was just drinking a little here and there socially. I had my last drink. I've been to barbecues, hangouts, happy hours, all of that. I still do it with all my friends. And the question becomes, make sure you don't want one. You're not going to get one. Why wouldn't you drink one? Because of that very point. I'm thinking about my goal. My goal wasn't to stop drinking just to get through radiation therapy for the cancer. My goal was I will never put myself in a position that's going to compromise my body to where this cancer will come back. And that is enough for me to say no to alcohol. Period.
Right.
There's no cheat.
That's that why.
Sip, because my why, I'm not going to do it. If that's that important to me.
Bingo. Thank you. I just wanted to address that. So, so our audience will know that that's really a big factor, having that strong why. But listen, as we transition, we want to talk about, we've covered nutrition and some other things.
Q, let me ask one real quick question before we jump into that. Doc, you said something really important, and I'm not sure if everybody got it, and if some people do, they may have this question. You said something about usually you walk around weighing is maybe around 20 or 15 to 20 pounds above what your competition weight is. Mm-hmm. I know some people would want to know, on average, how much time do you set to training to get back to competition weight? And I understand you adjust your diet to a deficit. Is there any other thing that people could kind of work on to do that? Because I know it's a couple of people, and if it is, put a 1 in the chat if you got maybe 15 pounds to lose and you're looking to drop 15 pounds sometime soon. This brother right here's got the magic plan, well, master plan, because ain't no magic, it's all mentality. So what do you do, brother?
So whether I'm on season or off season, I'm always lifting 6 days a week. Right? So I lift 6 days, I rest 1 day, but even my 1 day I rest is an active day if I don't do nothing more but get on the Stairmaster. That's an hour in the morning lifting weights, and then if I can do it right after, I'm 45 minutes from the Stairmaster. If not, like when I get off this podcast tonight, I got on this shirt, I'm going to get on the Stairmaster, 45 minutes. So the secret sauce, the order is, my food is doing the work first, then I come behind it with the weights, and then the cardio is the cherry on top.
Amen.
The food creates the deficit first. I burn more calories doing weights, but muscle causes you to burn over time. And then again, that cardio is just the last piece to the deficit. So all of these things created such a deficit, you're going to lose 1.5 to 2 pounds a week easily if you stay consistent.
Wow, man. I mean, you just preaching
because
to the
at the end of the night with that cardio, you're going to sleep on that, so that keeps you burning all night long. Q running.
Yeah, I'm saying he just preaching to the choir. These are things I talk about every day, brother. That the exercise, the nutrition first, the exercise and that cardio, the cherry on the top. Yeah, when I go out there and walk, cherry on top. But listen, is there any particular exercise that you enjoy most? And you kind of answered the second part of this. Also, do you prefer doing cardio exercise after resistance? I think you kind of answered that, but you just want to break it down anyway, so we have clarity for our audience. We want them to understand just what your exercise structure is. So go have at it, bro.
So I really enjoy back exercises, which are pulling exercises, and I think one of the reasons why they became such my favorite when I had my spine, after I had my spine surgery in 2022, and my top half kind of shut down muscularly, getting myself to sit up straight and my back and everything became a project for me. And just the motions of getting my back strong, being able to stand up straight and everything, just kind of made it my jam now. You know, they say everybody loves chest day.
Yeah.
Chest day is my favorite day. Back day is my favorite day. Yeah, I love it back day. I have, because I'm working with a coach, Monday is back and biceps, Tuesdays chest and say shoulders, and then I got back again on Wednesday because it's a focus for the division that I compete in. The other days that I work for myself, I added another chest day, shoulder day, arms, legs, things like that. So, and I bring it back around. But I do my cardio after I lift.
Yeah.
If you do cardio too intensely before you lift, you're going to burn up some of your glycogen that you need so you can lift, and you're going to be a little too tired. But I find when I do it after I lift, my heart rate is already up for lifting. So normally I actually don't have to go as high on the Stairmaster. Like when I get on the Stairmaster, I'm in the 115s. So by the time I get to like level 2 or 3, you know, I'm coasting at a good 130 because my heart rate is still up from lifting weights. I'm burning off that extra fat. I'm not tearing into my muscle, feeling good. But I say to people, to each his own. I don't get into that. Do fasting cardio, don't in the morning and evening. Just do it.
Now, the second part of this is I like this now. You said that everybody's routine is a little different. I want you to just want you to take a second and think about the perspective from that novice, from that new person. Now, of course, they're not going to be able to exercise to the intensity that you are right now. But what would you say for that novice person, that new person? Give them kind of a slight game plan, more or less, if you could.
That was Kenny's question, but
okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'll back off of that, and I'll let you hold on to that, and I'll let that slide over to Kenny.
Well, it's already out there now, bro.
You was on the road, brother, so I let you go. But again, the same question, brother. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a workout journey? First and foremost, again, just really quick, before anyone starts a workout journey, please check with your physician to see if it's for you. But what would you recommend, brother?
Yep. And back to your point, you definitely need to know from a medical standpoint what you can tolerate as far as your joints, any injuries and stuff that you have, things like that. If you got any heart issues, you want to know what you're able to tolerate. Now, once you know that, I would say, before I even tell you how many days to work out, you can Google up things where you can say, what should my macronutrients be? This is how you're going to determine how much food you're going to eat. Before I send them to the gym, I would say Google something like, what should my macros be to lose weight or whatever it is, because we want them to get the food right. They would use that information, if they use it, to go prep their food with the food portion. After that, I would tell them, I would want you lifting weight 3 to 4 days a week. And I would want you to do a good combination of upper and lower body. You don't have to be in the gym longer than an hour. There are plans you could look up. Everything's out there nowadays. Like sometimes you don't even need anybody to write one. You can look up, give me a 4-day plan to be able to work out. A novice can do this. Then the third thing is you're going to go to a gym, man.
And you mentioned something before, and you just mentioned it again in a different kind of way. Here's my thing. We talk about discipline. We talk about doing something that you may not feel like doing something that you don't want to do, but doing it like you love it. Tell us what works for you, because for me right now, that's my biggest problem. I know what to do. I've done it. But to keeping that discipline, keeping that routine, and stop using, my schedule is busy, that doesn't matter. That's an excuse. And I'm guilty of that. So tell us what you do, like as far as discipline.
Can I say something? I'm gonna and I know women are watching this too, and
yes,
I love to see strong women, but I'm gonna say something since I got brothers on here. I'm talking to men. For the life of me, I don't understand why a man would want to be weak.
Woo!
To me, I don't understand. You know, think about when we were younger. We wanted to be known for having sex with all the women. We wanted to be known for who could drink the most. We wanted to be known for who had this many pair of Jordans. But none of that takes strength. You want to be known for all of that, but you don't want to be known for maintaining muscles in your 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Right.
I don't understand a man saying I don't have time to build my body, but I got time to just prepare sermons and preach, just go to business meetings. I don't understand that. So for me, if I'm talking to you as a man, my thing to you would be like, bro, in that conversation today, you a man, you protect your family, your community, whether you got wives, grandkids, or whatever, you still want to be able to lift stuff, put stuff down. You want to be a presence and be taken seriously in whatever room that you want to. All of that should be your motivation to say, I got to go do it. All that other stuff. And then watch this. Everything you're doing to include this podcast, you're only as good as the strength and health of your body will allow you to be. So if you think you're good tonight, you're not even at your best until you get your body together.
Woo! Boy, you hit walk that time. Woo!
Yes, sir. Touchdown.
That's just me. And I'm hard with men because we're men. And I feel like we need a kick in the butt sometimes and say, look, maybe the females ain't do it, or maybe this one ain't do it, but we should just point to ourselves and say, you know what?
Amen.
Before I do anything else, I'm gonna pray to the Lord, and I'm gonna get my butt out the house, and I'm gonna lift these weights, do this cardio, and eat this food, and be the best I can be holistically.
Yes.
Amen, brother. Self-accountability.
Say do something. So check, doctor. Let me ask you this. What would you say are your most important keys to your success?
Most important.
Because everybody's got an idea. Everybody's motivated till they hit that point. Like you said, they get up in the morning and all that excitement is gone from what the goal was. And now it comes in, are you going to get up and do it? But what would you say your keys are?
I can give you one main key that's come to me over the past several years, especially during all the medical stuff. I realized that part of my purpose is to be able to show my family, show any space that I have influence in, that this is the way, this is how God wants us to handle our body and live. And so because of it, I feel like I can't be inconsistent. You know how many people that I didn't know were watching me have out of the blue 6-7 years later say, I've been watching you the last few years. Thanks for being consistent, right? Almost like they wondered if I was going to fall off at some point. And then the surgery really got them good because they wondered, what's this guy going to do? So one of my main keys is knowing that this is about purpose. It's not about me. It's not about being a bodybuilder or anything. It's about purpose, about God's glory. And if this is going to bring God glory, helping people get healthier through my life, then I got to do it.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Man,
That's
great,
powerful.
just great answers all the
Amazing.
way around.
All the way around.
Amazing example.
That consistency, Armand Wallace was saying that good information about consistency because it works. And go find something that works for you. And then he said he does this thing called Master Fitness way of training. But his whole thing was consistency is is the answer to making it work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just
So
continue.
we want to move on to our next round. This is our fun round. Q, you gonna start it off?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, we want to delve into the whole person. We want people to know about the whole person, man. And part of that, man, we want to delve into things that you do for enjoyment. For you and the family, what's your favorite type of vacation? What are some of the and I know that you do some travel stuff, so this kind of ties into some of the travel stuff you like to do. What are some of your favorite locations and why? But break that down for us, and feel free to pontificate.
We love tropical. We love the water. We love beach. I mean, me and my wife, Turks and Caicos, Aruba, St. Thomas. I mean, we do all of that. Mexico. We love going out to Cali, getting out there on Santa Monica Beach or San Diego. But we love that type of environment.
Gotcha.
And outside of, so I do vacations with my family. I do sabbaticals by myself. Because as you all know, I'm a public servant, community servant. I do stuff with church. I'm always in an environment where I'm doing stuff, seeing crazy stuff, having to have conversations, things to pressure me. So when I take a sabbatical, that actually becomes one of my most favorite trips. I have no pressure. Nobody's asking me for anything. There's no schedule. The only thing I got to do is hear the person ask me what I need. Can they give me more of what I need? And am I done having what they gave me that I needed? Right?
Right.
And I do it and I rest. And I enjoy that because for somebody that gets pulled on all the time, part of being balanced and being healthy is recognizing when I got to pull away so that we get poured into and pulled on.
Man, that's very interesting answer, man. I love that answer.
Great answer, brother.
Yeah.
And can I just say this real quick?
Yes.
You don't have to be a pastor or CEO of some major corporation to take sabbaticals. Every man or woman, husband and wife, and I know some ain't gonna like this because it's like they ain't going no place without me. I don't care how much you love your spouse, your kids, they are still a burden. I know we want to say they're a blessing, but let's be honest, they're a burden. As long as you're in that environment, they're gonna pull from you. Every person should find a way once, maybe twice a year, even just for 3 or 4 days, to go take a sabbatical where they're not being burdened by anyone and they allow themselves to re-energize and come back better. Don't be so selfish that you're saying, he better not go nowhere without me. That's exactly the reason why he need to go.
Wow. I love what Teresa Davis said. Teresa Davis said that's a truth moment right there. And Teresa, I appreciate that comment. You're absolutely right. Truth moment. Because sometimes that significant other or children or even co-workers may not understand that you need that time to re-energize and refocus. And that can make you a better husband, better in a relationship, better co-worker, anything, if you're able to recharge and refocus. So I understand that makes perfect sense.
You got dads and moms, husbands and wives sitting out in their car around the corner for an hour or two before they keep coming in the house for that very swim. Before they stop by a bar, before they come home and stay. I can go into so many different scenarios because the reality is they need to get away. So rather than having them do unhealthy things, say, you know what, in the next couple months or so, baby, you go away for a few days, and then when you come back, we'll wait a couple months. I'm gonna go away for a few days, right? So everybody gets theirs.
Get their chance.
Great point.
Yeah. Y'all love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My question, Doctor, if you can only listen to 3 artists in your current playlist for your workouts, who would they be and why? Now, for me, when I'm on point, it depends on my mood. I may be doing the same exercise. I may be still walking or shooting some hoops, but it depends on my mood. I may be in a jazz mood. I may want to listen to some rap, or I may want to listen to some R&B. That's just for me. But tell us a little bit about you when you're on your grind, and what 3 artists and why?
While I can't say artists, almost like clockwork. There's 3 different things I listen to in the gym and in the car regularly, interchangeably. I either got a worship playlist going,
Okay.
an old school rap playlist, and a
Yep.
go-go playlist. So
All right.
yeah, like when
Hey,
I
boy.
when I go in the gym, I'm normally like warming up and stretching and doing my first couple sets and stuff off of like worship music because it's calm. But then, I'm going from that to, you know what I'm saying, some type of go-go beat. So I'm bopping around the gym. And then like if it's really getting hot in there, I got some strenuous stuff, then I might put Tupac on or something like that. So it's like all in the I done worship God. I done did the hee-haw. You know what I'm saying? And probably been cussing in my headphones, all in the same session.
Absolutely.
Love it, bro.
Real world situations there.
What you got for him, Mark?
Hey man, so you know what season it is, so we gotta ask you, what's your favorite NFL team? And what's your season prediction for them and why?
So I'm gonna tell y'all something crazy. I might have told y'all this before. Pastoring took so much of my time, I never got to watch any sports that I liked. Maybe boxing, because boxing came on way late. But during the time football, basketball was on, I'm normally preparing something, doing something, counseling. So, but for me, being from this area, football team, from Washington to the Commanders, it doesn't change. Your home team is where you from. So, Ravens weren't around when I was growing up, so I ain't a Baltimore fan. I'm a Commanders fan. If there's a prediction, obviously it's gonna be for the Commanders. I'm just that ride or die dude. I'm a Wizards Bullets fan. I don't veer, man.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. All right.
I'm for all the local teams, for real. So, Commanders.
Well, I'm sorry.
DMV.
I just told somebody earlier today, I said, bro, I don't think I'll ever be able to get Doug Williams and that Super Bowl out of my system. Like, that was the most fascinating thing as a black man, as a kid, I had ever seen. Him and Timmy Smith. So it's like,
I remember that vividly.
Follow-up question real quick, because you said something about boxing. Who's pound for pound right now? Who you think pound for pound? Who's out there that's pound for pound right now?
Man, can we all agree? Boxing not like it used to be.
No.
Oh, no question. No question.
No.
I can't and I felt like that for a while, so I think I'm not sure if I have a pound for pound. I need to go back and look, but it's something about it's not like it used to be. And I don't know.
You're on point, brother. Absolutely. Some of those icons from in the past carried that sport. You know what I mean? And they're no longer in the part of the game. And you're right, man. The way some of
we had several in every like level. So it was like you was watching heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight. You was just like boom, boom, boom. It's not like that now.
The best was fighting the best right there.
People of that nature, Alvarez, all those guys in the middleweights and lightweights and stuff like you talked about. But those things are kind of gone the way of the Paul brothers boxing. Man, that's just not the same. To me, they've kind of, I hate to put it this way, and I'm gonna use this word, bastardized the sport. They really have. They've taken advantage of it, and they pocket lots of money from it, and kind of hurt the sport at the same time. That's how I feel about it. Anyway.
Yeah. That's why the reason people turn to MMA, which I didn't watch a lot of, but boxing started getting so horrible, everybody was off the MMA tip. Nobody really cared that much about boxing.
Absolutely.
Have you ever watched the women perform in the MMAs and boxing, and what do you think about that?
Man,
They be going at it now. I guess they play basketball, they can box too.
Yeah, I know they be coming home and their boyfriends be like, look,
They better come correct.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
No, look,
Yeah,
man,
that is.
on the real, look, we want to thank you once again, Dr.
Once again,
Edwards,
brother.
for coming on. I mean, you're a man of many hats. You're a man of the clergy, professional travel agency, and so many other things, as well as competing in competitions in bodybuilding. Man, just all around man of valor, distinguished gentleman, man. Thank you for coming on the show once again.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you want to leave the people with, lasting memory, and if not anything else, and because we wanted to do something about 911, because since it is coming up in a couple of days. By the time we do our show next week, it'll be people got out about the anniversary. But I mean, just a tragic situation that happened 24 years ago. Did you want to say anything? Could you bless the families or something of those that
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
Man, when that happened, I was in the Air Force station in New Jersey, and I remember when it happened, and I think I only went home to get some clothes and stuff like that, and then I had to go back to the hospital. I was there all night giving shots to pilots and soldiers and people as they were getting ready to deploy. And I said this at a 9/11 event a couple years ago. My family didn't know this, but they need people to kind of deploy, and I volunteered. You know, I thought, like, if I help, I want to try to help because it's such a tragic situation. So I certainly, in light of that event that we can never forget, I definitely want to send prayers out to families that are still grieving the loss of loved ones, prayers of healing to individuals, to EMS workers, people that are still battling sicknesses and diseases from dealing with the smoke and inhaling and different things like that. I want to send out love to, you know, those EMS people and cops and those that lost their brothers and their sisters in the battle, right? Things like that. And I just pray that overall as a nation that we continue to just heal. Healing is a process, right? You know, it's not anything tonight. So I just pray that even in light of everything going on in our country now, that we just continue to heal and band together. So,
Amen, brother. Amen.
Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Thank you. And also thank you for your service, too.
Yeah.
No question.
Well, brother, I'm sure we'll link up again in the near future. Until then, man, once again, we appreciate the Night Brother Show.
Thank you, brother,
for taking your time out of your busy schedule.
Thank
Get
you,
that
brother.
work out. Get that Stairmaster tonight.
Yeah, we
brother.
holding them up. We holding them up. Go get that
Get that
work out, bro. Salute you,
Yo.
man. Salute you.
I'll talk to you tomorrow,
What's
brother.
up?
Give me
Let us know.
I'm dreading it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
There you
There
go.
you are.
I'll hit you up tomorrow, brother. Hit you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Keep us
Thank you.
posted on the
Absolutely.
competition.
Send me your email
I sure
address,
will.
brother. Send it to I'll get it from Lenny or E. Your email
I
address.
got it, brother. Don't
Okay.
worry, kid.
You
I
got it.
got it.
All right.
All right, y'all. Good night, audience.
Good night.